Yeah. No, this is amazing. Good show, short show, Bo. And again, move the needle every day. And I hope you watched our last week's show. We talked about tactical stress. Tactical stress. If you are not having tactical stress in your life, in your business, then you are in your comfort zone. Hi there, guys. Vinney Chopra here. Again, you know what? I'm over here recording with Brother Beau, but I'm out of the country, really having fun and everything in Spain. Another Spain. Oh my gosh, we are in Sicily and in Malta over there in Europe. Hi there, Beau. How are you? How are you, brother?
I'm good. Well, you're not quite there yet, but you will be when this airs.
I will be. You're right. We're kind of taping it beforehand. And, it's really exciting, Beau, because again, by the way, these are our opinions, guys, and we are not CPAs or attorneys or financial advisors, so please consult with them. But I want to share something with all of you. I know just like Beau and I have been in different investments, and, we do not only what we are good at, but also invest in startups and other things and stock markets and crypto and all that stuff. One thing which really I found out yesterday is that one startup, Cloud Defense in cybersecurity, my good friend Anshu Bansal started, who took his first company to NASDAQ and sold it for millions of dollars. And he and I were looking at 5 years back, what's the next company should be. On a napkin at Starbucks, I think I mentioned to you, Beau, right? He started this company and I was in the initial phase. I'm so happy that it's gone 8 times now. So in other words, whatever I invested, my money is 800% already. And I'm putting more money into that startup, Cloud Defense. We are just getting so many, and we are buying another company now which will triple our revenues and everything. And our next one, $10 million. Again, I'm not asking anybody to invest, guys. Listen to me. But from $10 million, our next offering will be $240 million offering valuation. That's 24 times. That's 2,400%. And our goal is to get to 2 billion. So if 2 billion from 10 million is what? I don't know. It's 200 times or 20,000 times. I don't know what it is. Anyway, but look into, if somebody shares with you a great opportunity, look into it, and then you will be able to scale up your wealth legacy and everything at a much faster rate. It's good to invest a little bit money in diversification and all that. It was just yesterday I found out, and I'm, double downing on that one. From my Roth IRA, I'm putting more money into it because after Roth IRA, all the gains will be, no taxes whatsoever. So I'm very, very excited about it. And I put Roth IRA in the startup also. So all my gains of whatever it is, I don't know what it is, it will be not taxable.
And yeah, and so, but that jockey you bet on had a very good exit before, and you knew him, and he's very smart, right? Like that was that was a good jockey to bet on. Meaning, like he already took a company to NASDAQ, right? Like so it wasn't like a long shot that Vinney was putting money into, and you were one of the, I think you're the first investor, or the second in that. So.
Yeah, first one in the initial, brother. Beau, you're right. You got to see the right sector. The horse has to be right, I call it, and the jockey has to be even better than the horse. Because then only it's going to take you to the, big times. But you're so right. Track record, he lives only 15 minutes away from me. We meet, we talk, we text. So I know the ins and outs and so forth. So that's pretty good. Yeah. But you're right. But, don't be closed-minded is the other thing. I've listened to, a lot of people, their decks come to my desk. But you got to say no to a lot of them, I'm telling you. Because these unicorns happen 1 in 1,000. So, again, I'm not advising anybody, but do look into it. If somebody's sharing with you some, a lot of startups to happen, a lot of franchises. Look at that, Beau. Let's talk about franchise today too, because you're sharing and you came to my academy and you said you could actually get financing, SPA financing. You want to share that? Yeah, let's go back on that again. Yeah.
So the beautiful thing about the franchise world, there's something for everybody, and you don't need to have, it's a system. So like, it's good for somebody transitioning out of W-2, or it could be good for a very experienced investor. But let's just say you're a W-2 employee and you make $80,000 a year or $100,000 a year, but you're not really getting ahead in life because if you live in the Bay Area, you're probably poor. You're poor living on $100,000 a year. But the beautiful thing about this franchise business startups, a lot of them, you're not paying a multiple because you're, starting them from the scratch. Even though there's a model and a system, you have to start your territory, whatever it is. But a lot of these businesses, you can get in for total project costs less than $150,000. So let's just say it was $150,000, and that includes building and working capital. You can finance that with only $15,000 out of pocket. So you can start a business and build in working capital to cover your, the transition if you wanted to quit your job. It's all possible to roll that funding into this SBA loan. So for just $15,000 to $25,000, you could be in a business that does that other franchisees are doing, 800, 1.4 million, millions in top line revenue, depending on what industry, what sector within the franchise world. So it's really not that hard, people. Like if you have $25,000, we could probably find a business and pair it with SBA financing and devise a plan to get ahead in life and to build legacy for your family. Because at the end of the day, most of us are all about trying to build legacy, right? Like we do it for our friends, our family. I do it for my wife now, for my child that's coming now, for my parents when they're older and they may need some assistance because they might not have the money that I will have. So being able to help family is important, right? The wealthier you are, the more people you can help. So don't feel bad about being wealthy. Like it's your civic duty to become wealthy so you can help more people.
And and everything, be a good citizen and give a lot of money to charities. I mean, for good causes. Let me ask you a question. What are the top, in franchise world, you are master at it. So what are the 4 or 5 sectors that are really hot right now? If people were to think, yeah.
I love home service type businesses. They're recession resilient, HVAC companies, companies that do drain cleaning, believe it or not. Like these things are like you meet them and they have proven models, flooring companies, window covering companies. And you don't need to be the person installing and measuring the window coverings. You're the owner of the business. So there's all different business models. Home service business models are really good. There's some new business models that are coming out that are emerging, like for men, specific to men, which are very unique. We've got one that does testosterone replacement because that's a big thing with guys that are, their testosterone levels, and it's kind of like a male salon. There's just amazing. There's salons, there's food business type of, there's businesses that are more mobile businesses like mobile screen repair for homes. So just because you own what I call a non-glamorous building, a business, right? Like most people go, I don't want to own this. Just think about people that own garbage companies, right? They own this big garbage collection company, but they make millions and millions of dollars. You got to think about, so what we do, Vinney, is when somebody comes in, they take an assessment. It's kind of like a disc profile, and that tells us a lot about them. It's called a Zoracle profile. It was designed specific to, and then we spend about an hour with them, and we go over the different sectors, and we tell them like what they would be as a business owner in this sector. This is what you would be doing.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and then we come back the next meeting and we say, here's 5 or 7 ideas for you based on what we've done through discovery.
That's beautiful.
So what I do the initial, and then I have 2 very experienced ladies on my team that happen to be the 2 top franchise consultants, because we have a trade association
in the country. Yeah,
for our trade associations. Yeah, they're like the best matchmakers ever. Like to develop these. Why I like this business so much It's because I like the challenge of like taking somebody that has no idea what kind of business would be good for them, and then giving them a blueprint and a plan to become, a business owner and become financially free. Yeah, I love it. I love business in general, right? And that's what I like about how you're putting money into, the cloud defense company, which I think probably could be the biggest grand slam of your career.
On my career, brother. Cybersecurity and cloud defense and AI, artificial intelligence, and storage, digital storage. Those are the three main pivotings that it's going to be crazy, crazy, crazy blown up in the next 20, 30 years. And of course, senior living too, because there's so much demand, housing and other things. Trillions of dollars will be spent for seniors in this country. They already are. It's going to even bigger. But franchises, I was just thinking about it, as people retire, baby boomers, 10,000 retiring, turning 65, the age is, getting longer and longer. People are living healthier and healthier. Franchise business is amazing for those individuals who are retiring from their W-2 job and get into a small franchise. Why not? As they turn 65 or 66 or 67 and build a legacy.
Yeah, and also, let's say you have an old 401k, there's something called a Rob's rollover. You can actually roll that old 401k and then you can invest that into the business. And, there's a way you can do it. And I'm not CPA or tax account, but then you could still make your money and use your retirement. So it's a very cool program. It's called a Rob's rollover. I have somebody, I'll bring her on the show actually. She's in my stack of business cards. She specializes in doing these Rob's rollovers.
I love it.
Yeah,
Love it. We should bring some guests. You can. Fabulous. Let's do it.
But yeah, so somebody worked their whole life, doesn't have much. So I get a lot of people they have no savings. They have 10, 20 grand in their account, but they do have 150 grand in an old 401k. Boom. You're using that and you can leverage that. Remember, if I have $100,000, or let's say I have $180,000 in liquid assets, if I need 10% for a down payment with the SBA, I can go buy $1 million business. That $1 million business, what is the seller's discretionary earnings? They call it the SDE. We look for that. And then, so you see a lot of people doing business acquisition too. So it's an interesting time. But talking about franchise specific to senior, there's a lot of franchise concepts that do senior care, non-medical.
Yeah, share with those. Yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah, we've got tons of non-medical senior care businesses where they staff. People go to the houses, but we also have companies that retrofit houses for seniors. So that's a big thing, right? Not everybody goes right now to senior care. They might want to stay in their house. So there's companies that there's a lot of senior business franchise concepts that are really good. And we know that 10,000 boomers a day, is it a day? 10,000 boomers a day or a month are retiring. So it's pretty crazy. But anyway.
Yeah. No, this is amazing, good show, short show, Beau. And again, move the needle every day. A lot of things but if you can just let everything stymie you and bring you down, then you got to just have that tactical stress. So watch our show and we'll look forward to seeing you next week. Anything last comments, brother? Yeah.
Oh, no. Have a great weekend, everybody. We'll see you next week.
Happy to be on your show. Live every Friday. How to take your business to the next level.